are this week's top stories. Andreia Brazier shows abdominal exercises to improve your posture. Looking for a great summer workout? Try some yoga. Top 5 finalists of the next fitness star talk about their diet, and we'll show you the highlights of Physique TV's Ramadan event. I'm Rosina Casserly. Welcome to What's Up. Fasting during Ramadan can cause complications for people experiencing conditions such as diabetes. Physique TV secured an exclusive interview with Dr. Hamid Farouqi, Director of Dubai Health Authority's Dubai Diabetes Center, to discuss what factors should diabetics take note of when fasting. Here's Rachel.
I'm lucky enough to be joined today by Dr. Hamid Farouqi, who's the Director at the Dubai Diabetes Center, the DHA. So firstly, Dr. Farouqi, thank you so much for agreeing to speak to us today.
Thank you. It was nice of you to have me on the program.
Now, we know that diabetes is very prevalent here in the UAE. Can you give us some background on how many diabetes patients will be fasting during the month of Ramadan?
The interesting thing is that, as you know, the rough estimate is that 1 out of every 5 people, the UAE as a whole, have diabetes. And believe it or not, the overwhelming majority does want to fast.
So is it okay for people with diabetes to fast during the holy month of Ramadan?
In terms of diabetes, we have very clear guidelines as to which of our patients should be fasting and which are not. For example, people who are well controlled with tablets only, they generally do not have any issues with fasting. However, if somebody who is uncontrolled and is taking multiple injections to achieve some sort of decent control, they would not be the right candidates to fast. Similarly, women who are expecting are not the right candidates to fast.
And so what are the different risks for people with type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes?
Generally, people with type 2 diabetes carry a lesser risk as compared to type 1 diabetics. In type 1, they are totally dependent on insulin in order to control their blood glucose levels, and because of that, a lot of them take insulin injections multiple times during the day. So with Ramadan, with fasting, that might not be possible, and therefore control might be deteriorated because of that.
And so should you still check your blood glucose levels while fasting?
As per Islamic injunctions, you are allowed to check your blood sugars during the fast.
And how about taking insulin? Would you wait till after sunset, before sunrise?
Generally, what our advice to all our patients is to come in and see us or their respective healthcare professionals, if they are not our patients, to come up with a plan well before Ramadan, so that there is no problem in terms of taking their medications during Ramadan and keep them under control. And also, more importantly, to see if they are the right candidates to fast or not.
What about exercise and physical activity for diabetics during Ramadan?
In terms of physical activity for Ramadan, obviously, given where we are right now, and as we said, the height of the summer, we should not overdo it in terms of getting dehydrated, which would be very dangerous. So in terms of the time frames, you can either aim for doing some light exercise, not overdo it, maybe an hour or so before iftar, or once you finish your evening meal, give yourself the usual 1.5 to 2 hours, and then you can exercise.
It's all very useful information. And what would be your sort of top tips for surviving Ramadan for diabetes patients?
So in diabetics particularly, there are 2 things that are important. One, the blood sugar levels. So in terms of the fact that if you don't take enough medication, sugar levels will go up. If you take too much medication, the sugar level will go down. So that is something different about diabetics, having said what we just said. So you have to be in touch with your healthcare professional to make sure you're on the right medications. The second thing is dehydration, which obviously is, because of the weather, but also the fact that if the blood glucose levels go high, irrespective of the weather, the sugar would need water to get out of your system. And therefore, if you get your blood sugars very high, again, irrespective of the weather, you will lose a lot of water because of the fact that glucose needs water to get out of your system. And therefore, dehydration will occur. Therefore, please make sure that if you are a diabetic, you do the things right just like anybody else, but also try to keep your sugars under good control. Seek the help of your healthcare professionals, the team that is helping you keep your diabetes under check, and you should do fine.
So thank you very much for joining us, Doctor, and Ramadan Kareem.
It was my pleasure. Thank you very much for coming over.
Thank you. Back to you in the studio, Rosina.
Thank you, Rachel. This week, two-time WBFF champion Andreia Brazier will show abdominal exercises that would also help to improve your posture.
Strengthen your core helps to keep your back in a neutral spine position and the entire lower body, especially the knees. Here are some of my favorite abs exercises that will also benefit your knees. So let's go. So here is the side plank. Okay, I will show you again the beginner version. Just lift your hip off the floor, elbow under the shoulder, keep your body square. Okay? If you're not beginning anymore, as you should not be, if you're watching us, make sure put your hand on the head and do a forward drop. Drop. You can try also raise your leg. So keep a neutral position. You should feel on the side of your abs here, the tension. It's normal at the beginning, you feel in your shoulders also, you feel everywhere, but make sure don't overload your shoulder, keep your elbow in line. Come here. Okay, you can do 15 to 25 and then change sides. The next exercise we are gonna do is I'm gonna use the bowl. I showed you this one before. Today is a little more advanced. I want to do the frontal plank with hip extension. Okay? So elbows just under the shoulder on the bar, on the bowl. Keep the body straight. Make sure the hip is in line with your body. Not like this or like this. Okay, hip in line, then raise your leg and drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is more difficult. You can do from 6 to 25. It will depend how advanced are you. Next exercise I select for you, it's going to be front plank with knee cross. So go on your hands in a push-up position. If you're a beginner, you can put your elbows on the floor and you might just bring your knee to the side like this. So make sure here, again, the hip, it's very important. If you keep your hip up like that, you're not working your abs. You're putting mainly in your thighs, okay? You wanna work your abs, hip in. Don't collapse, keep nice and tight. More advanced, you stand, you can go on your hands, and then you can come. I'm doing forward, you can vary, go in, and extend the leg up. Extend the leg. This exercise will work your entire body, okay? All your core, your abdominal muscles. It will stretch your hip, those tight hips from being sitting all day. It will strengthen your butt, so it will help to put your knee also in a better alignment. I recommend this exercise also if you have a baby, if you have your abdominal muscles open. Okay, this is very good exercise for you. So I see you next time. Bye.
If you love exercising outdoors, performing high-intensity exercises like boot camps during the very hot summer months might not be a good idea. But if you're looking for a stress-busting workout, why not try yoga? Early morning sessions at the beach can be a great way to stretch out and improve your body's blood circulation. Physique TV checked out a beach yoga class conducted by TriFit.
TriFit thought about it could be a good idea to have a yoga at the beach since it's relaxing and you can meditate easily. It's yoga for beginners, so everyone can join us. Any beginners, intermediate, everyone can join. Even if you haven't done yoga before, you still can join and join.
As you know, TriFit is about being socially active. So being a very popular class here in TriFit, we decided to take the class outside the club onto the beach, where obviously it's 8 o'clock in the morning on a Friday. Great way to start the weekend. Not only have we done yoga on the beach, but we've done it at Safa Park before, and we've also done it on the Goo boat here on the marina. So it's just really setting a different scene for the members, and it also opens up the event so non-members can participate as well.
Don't change that channel, because when we come back, we'll show you the highlights of Physique TV's special Ramadan event. Welcome back to What's Up. The top 5 finalists for Women's Health Middle East, the next fitness star, have been announced, and you still have a chance to vote for your favorite. Let's get to know them more by finding out what they love to eat.
Follow a diet at all times. I try to eat smart. Living on a diet for the rest of my life doesn't feel like an ideal solution. But once I reach my goal, I just try to eat smart after that instead of being on a diet per se all the time.
I would suggest to eat 4 or 5 times a day, small portions, drink a lot of water, eat a lot of vegetables and fruits, try to eat clean whole foods like quinoa, brown rice, oats, low-fat protein, lean meat, fish, yogurt, Remove saturated fats and simple carbohydrates from your diet, and instead eat healthy oils like omega-3 fish oil, flaxseed oil, walnut oil, olive oil. That's it.
I would say that all is connected. So it's about having a mindset, a healthy mindset. So for me, it's going for green and brown. So if you want to eat carbs, go for brown. If you think about having a snack, go for fruits, vegetables. Think about mixed important whole foods like spirulina, chlorella, chia seeds. Add those kind of superfoods on your smoothies. Do a great breakfast to start your day. And don't stop on the weekends. Make this a lifestyle.
With regards to nutrition, I'm a big fan of cycling calories throughout the week, so that if I had a strong training session, I'll allow myself to indulge in ice cream or whatever I like to eat, and then on the days where I'm not trained, I'll just be a little bit more careful on the calorie count. But it all depends on what my goal is at the time. So if I'm just wanting to eat a little bit cleaner, then I'll focus on that. And it's about implementing good habits at the end of the day and training my brain to let them stick to them, really, rather than just knowing what to eat. Right, because we all know what to eat, don't we? It's just about actually doing it.
Well, my diet consists of normal food in high quantities. I like to eat a lot, and I like to eat a lot of chocolate, but for me it's more important to be able to enjoy a guilt-free chocolate every now and then instead of having very toned abs and all of that. I enjoy food too much to go on a strict diet, let's just say that.
Don't forget to vote for your favorite fitness star by going to thenextfitnessstar.ae. Here's what you need to watch out for on Physique TV this week.
This week on Push Girls, Tiffany has found focus in her life with a new dedication to physical fitness. To see if her training has paid off, she's going to test both her strength and endurance in a rain-soaked 5K race.
I'm thinking, why haven't I done a 5K? Being in a wheelchair, you can't just step over cracks and mud.
Mia is going to compete in a swim meet for the first time in 17 years. Doing so not only puts her against other swimmers, but also brings her face to face with the events surrounding her paralysis.
It's my first swim meet in 17 years, and I'm competing against able-bodied swimmers.
Right now, I'm just a little concerned about her physical condition. Maybe she's overdoing it a little.
Let's go! Go, Mia! Turn!
I feel like for Mia to compete again, she's got to get past that psychological block.
I'm just scared to get in.
In Fat Chef, 2 new chefs attempt to lose 25% of their body weight. Greek restaurateur Dimitri struggles to manage 3 Brooklyn restaurants while carrying around over 230 pounds. The stress of running a family business drives into emotional eating.
Being in the food business, you're around food all day long. I can have it whenever I want. It's like being an alcoholic in a liquor store.
At this point, the next bad thing I put in my mouth to eat, I drop dead.
Meanwhile, line cook Chelsea fights temptation to overeat on the job and at home, as her weight balloons to close to 300 pounds.
Food is my addiction, so to be around something constantly that you're addicted to is so dangerous. If I'm at work, I snack constantly.
In the incredibly exciting world of freestyle skiing, progression raises the bar for this extreme sport. Some of the most daring athletes break away from traditional skiing to showcase what is possible on a pair of skis. Take a look inside the creative world of riding rails and innovating rotations with some of the best athletes bringing the progression of freestyle to a whole new level.
We were making our own twin-tip skis with a clamp and a heat gun, and now look at what we're doing.
Cork 9, switch 7s, double cork 10.
I mean, progression is happening super fast in skiing.
The jump was really big.
Ginormous, 100 foot to the knuckle.
It was like...
That's the biggest jump I've ever hit.
It's a fine line between craziness and perfection.
It hasn't been done before.
He needs to go above 32 feet to break the world record.
Really scared of quarter pipes. I'm not sure where this sport's going to be in a few years, but it's going to be pretty crazy.
And for MMA fans out there, we have brand new episodes of MMA All Out with exciting matches from Hard Knocks Fighting. Tune in to Physique TV for another exciting week.
In celebration of the holy month of Ramadan, Physique TV hosted a gathering for its staff, members of the press, advertisers, media agencies, and VIPs. Here are some of the highlights from the event. The Physique TV Suhoor event. It is beautiful. It's so beautifully catered. We're at the Sofitel JBR, and it's great. It's an amazing atmosphere for the World Cup finals. Woo!
I'm loving the event. Physique TV always puts on great events, and I love football, so it's great on both counts.
So yeah, we're having a great night. It's nice to have all the crew together, everyone's socialising, we've got some great food, just great atmosphere, so it's been a really enjoyable evening so far.
Well, I'm wearing yellow, so it looks like I'm supporting Germany, but this is actually Physique TV colours.
I came over to Dubai to teach a seminar at HM Fitness, and I'm over here with Physique TV watching the end of the soccer game. It should have been Brazil playing, but hey, we gotta give a chance to the other ones.
Again, here are this week's headlines. Andreia Brazier shows abdominal exercises to improve your posture. Top 5 finalists of the Next Fitness Star talk about their diet. And Physique TV celebrates Ramadan in a special Suhoor gathering. If you have any comments or suggestions, you can reach out to us through our social media pages. I'm Rosina Casserly. Thanks for watching.